Chapter 1. The Arrival of the Cosmic Meteor. It was a peaceful day in the forest, with the sun shining brightly and the birds chirping happily. But suddenly, a purple glowing cosmic meteor started to crash inside the forest, emitting a powerful light energy that spread across the entire area. The three birds, parrots, pigeons, and crows, were the first to be affected by the cosmic meteor. Their eyes started to glow with a purple light, and they became corrupted by its energy. They began to fight with each other endlessly, their once peaceful nature replaced by a fierce and destructive rage. As they clashed, they generated massive shockwaves that shook the entire battlefield. The glowing eyes seemed to give them an otherworldly power, allowing them to heal and regenerate from any injuries they sustained. But their battle was far from over. Suddenly, SCP-096, the tall skinny white humanoid, appeared before them. The corrupted birds wasted no time in attacking him, using their sharp beaks and talons to deliver heavy blows. SCP-096 fought back, using his long arms to thrash the birds. But they were relentless, constantly regenerating and increasing the intensity of the glowing eyes. They soon overwhelmed SCP-096, shattering his head with their metallic beaks and talons. With SCP-096 defeated, the corrupted birds turned their attention back to each other, continuing their endless and disastrous battle. The forest was in chaos, with shockwaves and destruction spreading in every direction. Chapter 2. The Arrival of SCP-682. As the corrupted birds fought amongst themselves, a new challenger appeared on the battlefield. SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, emerged from the shadows, ready to join the fray. The four beings engaged in a fierce four-way battle, each using the unique abilities to gain the upper hand. The birds increased the brightness of the glowing eyes, enhancing their speed, agility, and regeneration. SCP-682 used its green glowing eyes to heal and regenerate at an accelerated rate, while also growing sharper jaws, teeth, claws, and bladed tails. The battle raged on into the night, the intensity of the conflict only increasing as time passed. Shockwaves rippled through the forest, accompanied by bursts of fire, light, smoke, and fog. The ground shook with the force of their clashes, trees splintering and falling in their wake. Despite the chaos and destruction, the beings showed no signs of stopping. Their endless fight seemed to defy all logic and reason, as they continued to push themselves to their limits and beyond. The night wore on, but the battle showed no signs of slowing down. The forest was a war zone, with the sounds of combat echoing through the trees. And as the sun began to rise on a new day, the conflict showed no signs of coming to an end. Chapter 1. The Arrival of the Cosmic Meteor. It was a peaceful day in the forest, with the sun shining brightly through the canopy of trees. The birds were chirping, the squirrels were scampering, and all was well in the natural world. But little did the inhabitants of the forest know that the peaceful existence was about to be shattered by the arrival of a cosmic meteor. The purple glowing meteor streaked across the sky, leaving a trail of light in its wake. As it crashed into the heart of the forest, a blinding light filled the air, illuminating the entire area in a surreal purple glow. The energy emitted from the meteor was powerful and intoxicating, and it began to seep into the surrounding environment, corrupting everything it touched. 3 birds, a parrot, a pigeon, and a crow, were the first to be affected by the cosmic energy. Their eyes began to glow with a fierce purple light, and they felt a surge of power coursing through their bodies. Without warning, they turned on each other, their once peaceful demeanor replaced by a savage and relentless aggression. The parrot, with its vibrant feathers and sharp beak, lunged at the pigeon, while the crow, with its dark plumage and piercing eyes, swooped down to attack the parrot. The forest echoed with the sounds of their battle, as they clashed and fought with a ferocity that was unmatched. Chapter 2. The Encounter with SCP-096. As the corrupted birds continued their relentless battle, a tall, skinny white humanoid emerged from the shadows. SCP-096, known for its terrifying appearance and deadly abilities, stood before them, its long arms poised to strike. The birds, undeterred by the presence of SCP-096, launched themselves at the creature with renewed vigor. The glowing purple eyes shone with an otherworldly light, as they unleashed a barrage of attacks on the humanoid. SCP-096 fought back, using its immense strength and speed to fend off the birds. But the creatures were relentless, the glowing eyes allowing them to heal and regenerate from every blow they received. With each passing moment, their attacks grew more powerful and destructive, as they sought to overpower SCP-096 and emerge victorious in the battle. In a sudden burst of energy, the birds combined their powers, unleashing a devastating assault on SCP-096. The glowing metallic beaks and talons tore through the creature's flesh, leaving it battered and broken. And in a final, decisive blow, they shattered the head of SCP-096, bringing the creature to its knees in defeat. Chapter 3. The Arrival of SCP-682. But as the corrupted birds celebrated their victory over SCP-096, a new challenger appeared on the battlefield. SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, emerged from the shadows, its green glowing eyes fixed on the birds. The creatures wasted no time in engaging with SCP-682, the glowing eyes shining with determination. The reptile, with its massive jaws and razor-sharp claws, posed a formidable threat to the birds. But they were undaunted, using their powers to increase their speed, agility, and regeneration to match the creature's strength. The battle that ensued was a spectacle of epic proportions, with the forest shaking and quaking from the force of their clashes. The birds and SCP-682 fought with a ferocity that was unmatched, their powers colliding in a dazzling display of light and energy. As the night fell and the battle raged on, the forest was consumed by the chaos and destruction. The ground shook, the trees trembled, and the air crackled with power as the creatures continued their eternal struggle, locked in a never-ending cycle of combat. Answer: the corrupted birds, SCP-096, and SCP-682 fought on, their powers growing stronger with each passing moment. The forest was their battleground, and they would fight until the end of time, the glowing eyes shining with an unquenchable thirst for victory. Chapter 1: The Arrival of the Cosmic Meteor. It was a peaceful day in the forest, with the sun shining brightly and the birds chirping happily. But suddenly, a purple glowing cosmic meteor started to crash inside the forest, emitting a bright light energy that spread across the entire area. The three birds, a parrot, a pigeon, and a crow, were the first to be affected by the cosmic meteor. Their eyes started to glow purple, and they became corrupted by the powerful energy. They began to fight with each other endlessly, their once peaceful nature completely transformed by the cosmic power. As they clashed, generating powerful shockwaves that shook the forest, they suddenly encountered SCP-096, the tall skinny white humanoid. The corrupted birds attacked SCP-096 with ferocity, using the glowing purple eyes to heal and regenerate from every injury. Despite SCP-96's attempts to fight back, the birds proved to be too powerful. With the glowing metallic beaks and talons, they relentlessly attacked SCP-096, eventually shattering its head with the sharp claws. But the battle was far from over. As the corrupted birds turned their attention back to each other, a much stronger opponent appeared, SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile. The four beings engaged in an intense four-way battle, each using the unique abilities to gain the upper hand. The corrupted birds increased the brightness of the glowing eyes, enhancing their speed, agility, and regeneration. SCP-682, on the other hand, used its green glowing eyes to heal and regenerate at an accelerated rate, while also growing sharper jaws, teeth, claws, and a bladed tail. The night fell, but the battle raged on, the forest shaking and crumbling under the force of their endless conflict. Fire, light, smoke, and fog filled the air, creating a chaotic and destructive scene. As the battle continued to escalate, it seemed as though there would be no end to the fighting. The once peaceful forest was now a battleground, with the corrupted birds and SCP-682 locked in an eternal struggle for dominance. Answer: the night passed, with the sound of clashing and roaring echoing through the forest, a never-ending symphony of chaos and destruction.